Good evening. Tonight I will be performing another color test on you. I've received many lovely comments on the last color test video, so I wanted to make another one, and I wanted to make it better by introducing some more colors to the color board. I think this is more than double the amount of colors than in my last color board video. So I really like seeing this type of genre grow on YouTube. There are some color test videos out there, but not many, so I hope I can help to make this little niche of ASMR videos grow in popularity. So, but without further ado, let's get started with the test. So basically I'm just going to be testing with this color board how well your perception of the different colors is. I'm going to do a couple of different tests with you just to see how your eyes perceive different colors and how well you can tell differences between different colors. Okay? Very well. So, first test I'm going to do is very simple. I'm going to point to a color with my little pointer. Well, it's actually a paintbrush, but it's a pointer for me. And you would have to tell me or describe the color as best as you can. If it is a dark shade or a light shade, if it is cool, if it is warm, if it is muted, if it is bright, those kind of things. Okay. Very well. Okay, let's get started with this one. What color is this? A yellow, very good. What type of yellow? Medium toned yellow, very good. Just like that. This one. Sky blue, medium toned, very good, very well. This one. Yes, scarlet, medium toned red. Okay, this one. Yes, a mint green. I would say this is more of a light green. Yes, very well. This one. Medium toned orange. Yes, very well. And how about this one? Yes, very good. Teal. A mix between blue and red. I mean blue and green, of course, not red. And this one. Yes, it's a purple. Is it more a reddish purple or a bluish purple? It's more reddish. So it's a warm toned purple. Very well. This one. Barbie pink. Yes, that's very good description. And this one. Right next to it. Yes, a coral. Yes. A bit peachy. Yes. A bit of a coral color. Yes. It's hard to describe this one, isn't it? Yes. This one over here. Same muted dark green. Yes, is it a cool green or a warm green? Yes, definitely cool. This one. Can you tell me? Yes, eggplant. Just very dark purple. Very good. And this. Black, just straight up black. Very good. And how about this one? Another blue. Yes, this one is more on the darker side. Yes, very good. Alright, let's do one more. This one over here. And maybe it's quite hard to see because it's so light, but yes, very light pink. Correct. Very well. So that went pretty well. Very good. Now I am going to take my other pointer. I have a small pointer or paintbrush, but it's a pointer, and my large pointer. And with this I am going to point to 2 different colors at the same time. And I just want you to tell me which one you think is darker. Okay? That's it. So you would just have to say left or right. Okay? Very well. So let's just get started with an easy one. Which one of these is darker? Very well, this one. Good. Next up. Which one of these is darker? This green. Yes, very well. Which one of these is darker? The right one. Yes, very well. Which one of these is darker? The right one too. Very good. Which one of these is darker? The one on the left. Very well. Which one of these is darker? Yes, these 2 oranges. This one, yes. Very good. And how about these 2? Can you tell which one of these is darker? Yes, they're quite similar. That's why I'm asking. This one is just 1 shade darker, I think. So, yes, very well. How about these 2? Which one of these is darker? This one on the right, very well. And these 2. Which one of these is darker? Very well. The one on the right. Now these 2. Which one of these 2 is darker? The one on the top, very good. And these 2 next to each other. Shouldn't be that difficult to tell. Yes, this one is darker for sure. Very well. These two blues. Which one is darker? This one. Very well. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do a couple more difficult ones, okay? How about these 2? Can you tell which one is darker? Yes, very good. The one on the left is just a little bit darker. Yes, very good. These 2. Can you tell which one is darker? Yes, also the one on the left, right here. Very well. And these 2 yellows. Which one of these yellows is darker? Yes, the one on the right. Very well. And how about these 2 browns? Can you tell which one is darker? Yes, they're quite similar, and this one is just a little bit more muted. This one is more bright, but it's quite difficult to tell which one is darker, isn't it? You're going with this one. I'd say this one too. Very well. How about these two? Which one of these is darker? The bottom one. Very well. And these two. Which one of these is darker? This one on the right. Very well. And how about these two? Very similar shades. You'd say the one on the bottom. I'd say that too, very well. And how about these two? These two grays, which one is darker? The one on the right. Very good. So, I think that's it for this part of the test. Okay. Now we're going to do a little counting test. Okay. So you're going to count with me how many colors there are on the board. So for example, I would ask you how many gray shades there are on the board, and you would just have to count with me and see if we meet at the same number. Okay? So I'm going to do a couple of easy ones first, and after that we'll move on to some difficult ones. Okay? Very well. First, I want you to count with me how many different reds do we see on this board. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes, well this could also be an orange, but I count this. You're going with 6. Okay, very well. You could have also said perhaps this one, but this one is very dark red. It almost seems very brown, so I think that's good. Now I just want you to count all the yellows for me, you see. 1 over here, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Do you see any more yellows? 5, yes, this is more of a golden yellow. And maybe this one. This one could also be very well an orange. I think between these two is perhaps the like barrier of where yellow and orange meet. So I think that's very fun to think about. Some people would say this is an orange, some people would say this is a yellow, and some would say it's a brown. It's all up to personal preference, of course. You'd say 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very well. Okay, now let's see all the greens you can find. How many greens do you see? 1, 2 greens, 3 greens, yes, 4 greens, yes, perhaps, yeah, of course, this could be a green, but also a blue, I think. We'll count this as a green, and this one too. And this one. That's it for the greens. Okay, very well. Now, I'm going to want you to tell me how many purples do you see? 1 purple, 2 purples, yes, very good. 3 purples, 5 purples, no wait, 4 purples. I've already lost count. Yes, 5 purples, 6 purples over here, 7, yes, this could be a purple, 7, do you see any more colors that could be a purple? Yes, maybe this one, this is also leaning towards blue, of course, so you could say both. This color and this color and this color are all kind of in between colors, if you know what I mean. They're not, this one is not a blue, but also not a purple. This one is not a green and not a blue. This one is not an orange, not a yellow. Yes. Very interesting. Well, I think we're going to skip the rest of this test because I think you're doing quite well. Okay, now I have a little game for you and for me. Okay, what if I were to say that half of these colors on this board are warm tones and the other half is cool tones, so it's exactly 50% warm, 50% cool. Would you believe that? I would not know either, so we're going to test how many colors are cool and how many colors are warm, okay? Cool, warm. Okay, very well. I'm going to keep track of it on this little paper, and then we will see, okay? I'm going to do this together, okay? We'll start at the top. Is it a cool or a warm blue? Definitely, blue is always a cool color. It's on the cool side of the spectrum, of course. This is warm. Oh. Very well. Yes, as well as this red. And then here's something special. Here we have a gray tone, and gray is of course a mixture of black and white. And neither of those are cool or warm. Not if they're mixed with, for example, a red or a blue. That could maybe indicate coolness or warmth, but I don't think we should count this one. Okay? Then we have yellow. Yellow is generally a warm color, so I put it here. And there we have a very interesting color. You could say this is maybe a gray or a brown. So this could be either way. But just based on all the other colors, I would say this is a warm gray color. Would you agree? Very well. Warm. Then we have this purple. Yes, of course, cool. As well as this teal. Then we have another gray, which doesn't seem to be particularly warm or cool. This cool blue. And then over here we have this. This is a warm shade. This pink. Yeah, pink is sometimes hard to tell because pink is also an in-between color. Some pinks have a little bit of blue in them, so they might appear a bit purple. And purple usually is a cool color, but I'd say this one is a warm pink, as well as this one and this one. Very good. This is a cool color, very good. So far the warm colors are winning. And over here. Yes, definitely warm, I think. Of course, it could also be up to personal preference or just color perception, but I just want to know if we share the same thoughts. Very well. This one is, yes, cool, also a dark blue. And this one, I think this is a pure gray tone. So, shall we skip this? Then we have yellow. Yeah, very warm. Then I have this green. And I think this is actually quite tricky. You could say this is a warm green, because there clearly is a more yellowish undertone. But per definition, green usually is a cool color. I would say this is a cool color because green usually is a cool color, but okay, you think it's a warm color. Very well. Fair. I put it with the warm. Black we cannot count because black is black. We have this purple. Again, same with the green. Purple is by definition a very cool color, but this one in particular has a very red undertone, so you'd say this one is cool though. Okay. No, that's fine. These two are obviously warm colors. Okay, moving on to the fourth row. I'll put it over here. So this one, as well as this one and this one, I think, are all warm, these three. 1, 2, 3. I'm getting the idea that there might be more warm than cool colors on this board, but I don't know. This one is a brown. Brown tends to be a warm color, but this one in particular has a quite darkish undertone, so it's quite difficult to tell. What would you say? Okay, very well. And this color, it's cool. Pink, yes, a warm color. And then we have this green, which is cool. And this chocolatey, beautiful brown, warm. Okay, moving on to the fifth row. Over here we have two warm colors. Then another gray, which we cannot decide. And then over here I think we may have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cool colors in a row. It's green, blue, 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 green, and I think this green is definitely cool. Yes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, moving on to the sixth row. This purple, again, same story as this purple. I think this one is just a darker version of this one. You could say this is cool, or you could say this is warm. You think this is cool? Yes. This one is definitely warm. And this one too. And this one, and this one. Sure. Okay. Then we have this yellow, which is warm, of course. This pink is cool. And this yellow is warm. Okay. Very well. Now we'll move on to this row. Okay. Here we have a blue. The blue is of course a cool color. This one is a bit of a mixture between blue and green, but I think it is cool. This one of course is cool too. And then I have a couple of mixtures here. These are quite difficult to tell, but this one definitely has a warm undertone. Yeah, good, great. Yes, we're doing well so far. Red, of course a warm shade. And this color, it's a bit of a dirt color. What would you say? It has quite a cool undertone, yes. You want to put it with cool? Then over here, definitely a warm color. It's a bit of a dark pink burgundy type of color. Another blue, which is cool of course, and then we got to the last row. So this dark green, I would say this is cool. And how about this one? Warm, of course, very good. This one, warm too, very well. And this purple. Yes, you could say this is a warm purple, but cool. Just put it with cool. Okay, cool. This blue is of course, yes, cool. Then we have these two oranges, or this one is more brown, but both with warm. And finally this purple. And cool. Okay. So now I'm going to tally up the scores. So cool and warm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5 is 25 cool colors, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 4 is 34. So there are more warm colors than cool colors on this board. So I'm glad to have figured that out with you. Well, this marks the end of our color test. Do we have any more questions? No? Very good. Well, if you have any more suggestions of any types of videos that you want me to make, please leave them in the comments below. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Good night.